Hello friends, welcome to Teed Up Grand Strand, a production of Wingding Media presented by the Myrtle Beach Golf Trail. I am so excited because look at the weather and look at my friend here, John Whitty, my good friend John.
Nice to see you again, AJ.
Thanks for having me out on the golf course. There was an amazing excuse to get out of the office. Thanks for having me. Now, I wanted all of our friends to know what you've been doing lately. Now, let's go back a little bit, okay? When did you get into the golf business, John?
Oh gosh, I turned pro back in 1988, and I've been off and on in the golf business, doing a little playing, working in retail, teaching and teaching and teaching and teaching. And here I am today.
Now, so here at Crown Park, what is your position out here, John?
I am currently the head teaching professional.
Wow.
I do all the teaching, and I really love it. It's incredible. I've got an incredible situation. I'm able to work with the junior golfers, the members, the golfing public.
Right.
We've got some of the finest facilities in the area. We've got room for a lot of practice, short game practice, bunkers, putting green, just a myriad of areas that we can work on your golf game.
Yeah, it's an amazing facility. I mean, the range is huge back there. You've got the putting green right here. You've got the clubhouse. Everything's close, so people could spend a whole day with you and get their refreshments.
Sure.
Get all their practice in. You got a sand bunker over there.
Right.
So when did you start this position? This is something new.
Oh, this is new for me. I've only been here since November.
Okay.
I've been friends with the management here forever.
Oh yeah, great people.
We go back years and years, since its inception, basically.
Right. So, what are your plans for junior golf? What are you going to be doing for junior golf?
Well, I hope to establish a junior golf program. I work with juniors from 4 up to college. I've got a lot of college golfers that we were able to obtain golf scholarships for.
So you're telling me you've got 4-year-olds that can beat the hell out of me on the golf course?
It'll be close, AJ. It'll be very close, even though you are one of the premier ball strikers in the area.
He's picking on me now. Let me tell you a quick story, okay? About 20, how long have we known one another? 25?
Oh gosh, 25 years or so?
25 years, and I said to John, and I'm okay now, but I sucked really bad. They just didn't tell me that. They just said like, maybe I should do another sport. But I said, John, you got to help me out. I need some lessons. So he comes to the house and says, okay, I'm ready for you. Are you ready for your first lesson? I said, sure, John. What is it? He brings out a pink hula hoop. Now, guys, he's like twice my size, so I didn't want to pop him on. But I thought about it. I'm like, why are you picking on AJ? Why didn't you just give me a nice lesson? But you know what? That was the joke part, the pink hula hoop. But the lesson was amazing, right?
The lesson turned out to be absolutely amazing. And basically what we use the hula hoop for is to teach you where you're looking to land the ball on the green. Depending on the different conditions, the ball is able to hit in the hula hoop and release to the hole. It kind of gives you a different look of how to play the hole, so you start thinking a little different and you start learning how to score.
Exactly.
And if you can drop that ball where you want, you can score.
That's what he said. He said, put it here if you want it to roll this way. Put it here if you want it to roll it this way. So what are the things that people should look for when looking for a golf instructor?
Well, probably the most important thing is find somebody with gray hair. No, in all seriousness, you're looking for a straight shooter, number one, somebody that is a good communicator, somebody who's able to convey to you the 90% of golf that has nothing to do with the golf swing. He must have patience, he or she, excuse me, must be able to give you timed, accurate, minimal changes in your golf swing, not really overload you at one time. And most of all, and perhaps the most important factor, AJ, is he needs to be a good listener.
A good listener, and trust me, I keep my mouth shut when he's talking and my ears are open because, you know, he gave me that lesson years ago, John. So tell me about new stuff. What's new in golf teaching? What are you doing? What can I learn now? Well,
in the past 25 years, basically since the Pope was an altar boy, a lot has changed in golf. The agronomy is so much better. Superintendents are extremely educated. Your course conditions are perfect. The equipment today,
This is magical.
it is. It's so forgiving. Shafts and composite heads allow you to hit the ball a lot better than you should.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
So that's the weak spot. No, what do you
All
call
of
the sweet
that
spot?
helps you. The sweet spots are generally expanded because they're able to move the weight around the club head, you know, and produce an optimal launch angle on each of your clubs. They're easier to hit. They're more forgiving.
Okay.
However, the scores have remained relatively the same over the last 25 years.
Okay. Why is that? Are we getting worse, or the teachers are not good, or what's
No,
going on here? I'm just kidding.
the teachers are just as good. The courses are longer, and that's their only defense against this new golf equipment.
Okay.
However, the things that made you a premier ball striker in your day are still the same.
Okay.
Still need tempo, still need balance, still need to stick with the basics. I always stress tempo and balance.
Right, nice, nice. And you said superintendents because they're making these greens smoother, faster.
Sure.
So we got to pay attention to our putting and all that good stuff?
Sure. Superintendents are a lot more educated. They understand how to make these playing surfaces perfect.
Right, right.
And so every day we find the same conditions.
Right.
The speed of the greens is the same.
Right.
They're always green, they're always lush.
Right.
This is mainly because of the education level.
Right.
And that has changed in the last 30 years or so.
Okay, cool. So you've adapted. Teachers are adapting to the fantastic equipment, high tech, bigger sweet spots, the faster greens, smoother greens.
Right.
So what would you advise me now if you were going to teach me? Because I did hear that he said he can get my swing right. What would you, based on all this new stuff, what do I need to do?
Well, number one, we'd have to get you the right equipment.
Okay.
And you can do this using a launch monitor
Okay.
or using a good old school pro who can determine your spin rates just watching the ball fly.
'Cause I think my ball comes back this way than it does that way.
Okay,
Spinning.
well, we can work with that. But number one, we'll get you into the right loft, the right lie, the right weight, the right shaft. So I'm doing everything I can to make your experience a lot more positive on the golf course. You have a better chance to succeed that way.
Beautiful.
And it all comes back down to I teach you your timing, I teach you your balance.
Right, right.
You start hitting the ball solid.
Nice, nice. So senior golfers, I'm not there yet, but you talked about gray hair. I'm getting some gray hair. So is there a difference you do with senior golfers? And I'm 57 now. Last week, thank you. Happy birthday. So,
Happy birthday.
So, what do I need to start acting like a senior golfer now, or what do I need to do?
Well, I hear the same thing over and over from senior golfers.
Okay.
And the conversation goes like this: John, my ball's not going nowhere.
Yes.
Is it the ball?
No.
I used to hit it. I used to do this. I used to do that. And they're frustrated.
Right.
They're not able to produce the club head speed that they had at one time.
Right.
They're hitting a 6-iron now where they used to hit a 9-iron. And it becomes increasingly, let me think of a good word for lack of a better word. It's more difficult. You get frustrated easy.
So don't get frustrated. Just
Don't
flow.
get frustrated.
Change with the flow.
Stay smooth.
Right. Now let me ask you a question.
Yes.
You're talking about the seniors. What about the youngsters? You said 4. What's the earliest you could start teaching a person to play golf? What's the age?
Well, there's a sequence. At 4, we teach them to look at the ball and some semblance of a grip.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Grip.
Let them swing as hard as they want.
Natural.
Don't try and correct them on anything else at that point.
Okay.
Don't let them swing your clubs. They're too heavy. They become real flat.
Right.
They'll get frustrated and quit.
So how does somebody contact you? What you have clinics? You have private lessons? Tell our viewers how and our locals and our visiting golfers, what can they do to get a hold of you?
Well, you can call me on my cell phone, area code 843-222-3005. That's the best way, or call the Crown Park Golf Course.
Okay, so contact Crown Park. You can go to myrtlebeachgolftrail.com. You'll get all their information. You can get a hold of John Whitty. He's a great teacher. Now, before we end, I'm going to ask you something on camera, but did you have anything else you wanted to share with our viewers? Except come on down, enjoy this weather.
Look at how good is this.
Right.
Look at this place.
So I want you guys to know that John sent me a text a couple of weeks ago, and he said, you know what? I think it's time we fixed your swing. So I want that on camera. You're going to fix my swing.
Okay, definitely.
All right, he's going to fix my swing. We're going to get footage of that. The professional hack is going to get better and better. Until we tee it up again, happy golfing, my friends.
Experience golf like never before with the Myrtle Beach Golf Trail. The trail is your ticket to the best local rates at dozens of area courses in Brunswick and Horry counties, like River's Edge, Sea Trail, Crow Creek, The Pearl, Sandpiper Bay, Meadowlands, Lockwood Folly, and more. Book tee times up to a week in advance, elevate your game, and save time and money. Visit golftrail.info or call us to join the Myrtle Beach Golf Trail today.